Hi everybody, Ellen here. Today I come to you guys with another trial chapter tag. I've gotten obsessed with these lately, and I've chosen 3 contemporary books. So this is supposed to be like a contemporary edition of this tag. I will link the creator of this tag down below, just as always. Let's get to the books. So the first book is The Art of Losing by Lizzie Mason. In this one we meet a 17-year-old Harley, and her life changes forever when she realizes that her little sister Audrey and her boyfriend Mike actually hooks up at this party, and she sort of runs away from the party. Mike is drunk, but he gets into his car to follow her, and both Mike and her little sister Audrey ends up in a car crash. And this means that her little sister ends up in a coma while her ex-boyfriend now walks away unscattered, and she has to like realize what is most important in life, and the fact that Mike might have a drinking problem. Of course, she meets this guy named Raph, and she doesn't really want to get too close to him and everything like that. And it sounds really like interesting, definitely a lot of drama, and I'm definitely in the mood for reading contemporary right now. So yeah, I'm interested in reading the first chapter of this book. And then the next book I'm planning to read is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. I definitely heard a lot of this book. A lot of it is really good. It has great ratings on Goodreads. We meet Rachel Chu, and she actually agrees to spend the summer with her boyfriend Nicholas Young, and she sort of envisions this like humble family, a little bit more equal to her like normal living standards. But it turns out that Nicholas Young's family is loaded, like crazy loaded, and she gets to meet all of his family, like extended family, and shit goes down, and it's supposed to be really funny. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this one as well. And then the next one is The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. This is actually book 2 in Once Upon a Con series, duology, I don't really know. I read the first book, loved it, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. And this is sort of a retelling, if you will, of The Prince and the Pauper, which I've never actually read, but it might be interesting anyways. We meet Imogen Lovelace, who's an ordinary fangirl of and she's on this impossible mission, and that is to save her favorite character, Princess Amara, from being killed off from her favorite franchise, Starfield. The only problem is that the actress who plays Princess Amara actually wants nothing more than leave the TV show and the intense scrutiny of the fandom, and she also considers that if this year's ExcelsiCon isn't her last, she'll consider her career derailed. But then there's a case of mistaken identity, and Imogen and Jess, the girls that plays Princess Amara, actually gets mixed together, and they ends up trading places, and shit goes down, and it sounds really interesting. And I love the first book, like I said, even though this is supposed to be about different characters, but I'm pretty sure it's still the same TV show, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading these books. And yeah, I'm going to start reading the first chapter in them right now. Okay, so I'm planning to read like the books in the order I mentioned them. So I'm going to start with The Art of Losing by Lizzie Mason, and I am actually going to read all of the books on my e-reader because I happen to have them right there. And so I'm not really sure how long the chapter is, but we're just going to read and find out. So you just finished the first chapter of The Art of Losing, and I mean, we get to know the characters a little bit, and we sort of get to be fun with the characters when they find out that her sister's in a car crash. They're actually at the hospital. They're trying to figure out how bad it is, how is she feeling, is she doing okay, and the parents don't really know why. Harley's boyfriend drove her, and Harley doesn't want to tell anyone what happened because she's feeling really guilty for not driving her sister home, thinking this accident could have been avoided if she had done so. So far I really like it. It's definitely very like emotional and kind of hard to read because it's such a hard subject when someone's in the hospital and you don't know what's going to happen, and they find out she's in a medically induced coma and stuff like that. But I definitely can see myself continue reading this one, and it sounds really interesting. But we're going to move on to the second book, which was Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. So I'm going to read the first chapter of that. So I'm just going to find it on here. So I just finished reading the prologue and the first chapter of Crazy Rich Asian by Kevin Kwan, and we get to know the characters a little bit. So first of all, we get to be part of the young family going to this hotel, and they're being treated really badly just because they happen to be Chinese, and the manager at this hotel is really racist, and it's horrible. But then they end up buying the entire hotel and just kicking him out, and it's awesome. And then we meet the main characters, Nicholas Young and his girlfriend, whose name I can't remember at this time. And they are making plans to go to Singapore to visit his family. And yeah, that's pretty much where we are. There's a lot of like relationship between people, and it's just a lot of names being blurred out all over, and I have no idea who anybody is, so this is going great. But it's definitely interesting, and I definitely want to read this book. But the question is, will it be the book I choose now? I don't know. But now I'm going to read the first chapter of The Princess and the Fangirl. I don't know if it has a prologue because I haven't opened it yet, but we'll see. After that, I'll decide which book I'm going to read. So I just finished The Princess and the Fangirl, the prologue and the first chapter, and we get to follow the girl Jess that plays Princess Amara on a couple of press releases, and how she makes like 3 mistakes during those releases, telling people that she doesn't really want her character to be you know, pretty much revived since she died in the first season. And you know, shit goes down from there because it only gets worse. And I'm really intrigued because I love like when people switch places and people doesn't know, and how they make a lot of mistakes and stuff like that. I find that really funny, and I really like the premise of it. So yeah, I really enjoyed reading what I read, so I'll definitely read this at some point. But I still think that my choice is going to be on The Art of Losing It. Because I mean, the girl's in a coma, dude, and I want to know what happened before she ended up in a coma. So yeah, definitely going to read that one first, but I'll probably end up reading all of these books because I'm really intrigued by all of them. But yeah, please let me know down below which book you thought sounded most interesting and which ones you would have chosen. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give me some thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the little button down below. And yeah, I hope we see each other in the next one. Bye!